So recently I went to Pondicherry and this vlog has everything and everywhere I ate because I fell in love with Pondicherry's food. So starting first is a Baker's Street at White Town near Rock Beach. You can try out a lot of French bakery there and there are a lot of pastry, sandwich and croissant options too. I had cinnamon rolls, sticky bun and this iced latte. This is the best iced latte I tried in Pondicherry. So it is not overhyped and I genuinely think everyone should try out Baker's Street. The cinnamon roll was so good. The sticky bun was not over sticky and not over sweet. It was perfectly 10 on 10. Then for lunch I went to this place called The Hook, which is also in Rocktown and in the same line as that of Baker's Street. We had white sauce pasta, also buffalo wings and this virgin mojito along with rice and chicken. Again, all of it was so good. The vibes were 10 on 10. The food was very delicious. I am not a big fan of white sauce pasta. I usually like a red sauce pasta, but this white sauce pasta was so good. The virgin mojito 10 on 10, so refreshing. I also loved the buffalo wings. They were so spicy and there was a hint of sweetness to it. 10 on 10. I loved it. The Hook is so underrated. I do not see a lot of people talking about it. I see people talking about The Spot and other rooftop restaurants in White Town, but this is so affordable and a must visit place for me, so I highly recommend. Also the rice was so good, the quantity was good and also the price was justified, so 10 on 10, highly recommend. And the place is beautiful, everyone just should go there. Then after trying all of this out, I went to GMT to try out their ice creams. I had this berry ice cream and all of the ice creams from GMT are so good. They are gelato ice creams and I loved it. It was again so inexpensive. All of them were for 90-100 rupees, which was so inexpensive because this place is so hyped in Pondicherry. So I thought it would be expensive, but it was not. Also the flavors were very authentic, fresh and something new that I have tried. And then for dinner we went to Kamatchi to try out the authentic Tamil biryani, and this is some of their famous foods. We had chicken biryani and one serving was enough for like two of us, and then we also had prawn Kamatchi. I loved the chicken biryani and the prawn Kamatchi as well. It was full of masala and flavors. If you're not into masalas, then you would not like it. Also their biryani is made of small grain rice and it's not like those usual long grain rice which we are used to, but the chicken was so tender, the biryani was so delicious, so flavorful. I loved it. So that was all for day one, and then I also had this pizza as a late night dinner snack or something because I was editing videos, doing some work and I needed to get it done. Right now I'm in Serenity Beach and I want to try out the crabs and fishes of here, so definitely I'm going to do that. And this is less expensive than that of White Town, and here only there are a little bit of shacks, so you do not have any kind of a fancy restaurant here. There may be inside, but on road you will find these shops, and I really wanted to try out street food, so I'm really excited. Let's try out some fishes together. So on Serenity Beach I found a lot of food stall options and not those fancy restaurants, so the food was so good. We had this pomfret fish fry and this thosa. I also had omelette, I had crabs. All of this was so affordable, so fresh, so well cooked and also a little bit spicy, which I love. And also the seafood was just so good. There were also a lot of options. I really liked this. The crab was so tender and the meat inside it was so juicy and so good. And then we also had this omelette. 10 on 10. Everything here was just 10 on 10. I loved Pondicherry's food, guys. And yeah, then I also had this pomfret fish. Usually I do not like pomfret fish, but I wanted to try it and I'm so glad I did because the taste was just so good. And there are also a lot of many other fishes and other options to try out, so you guys should definitely do it if you guys have time on your hand. And then we went to White Town because White Town has all the popular spots and cafes. So we went to Lay Cafe, which is open 24/7. There we had this French croissant and I had coffee on the rocks. The name intrigued me, but the coffee was so bitter and I'm not a fan of bitter coffee. This is coffee on the rocks. A lot of sugar to tone it down. And then we also had this slice of pizza. It was just one slice of pizza with a serving of a little bit of salad and french fries, but this was so good and it was enough to fill me up. I loved it. The food was so good. Also this is a very hyped spot in Pondicherry, but the prices are just so affordable and the food tasted so good, so I will also surely recommend this place. So that was all for today and I was all full, and yes, tomorrow we are going to go to Auroville, so that is the plan. Before entering Auroville's Matri Mandir entry point, there are some cafes. So we have not had any breakfast or lunch yet. So we are having our breakfast at this parking cafe. Just before entering Auroville, you will find this the parking cafe before the parking site, and there I had this iced latte, and I also had this oats cookie, and all of this was so good and so affordable. And yeah, also the coffee was so good, so refreshing. And I thought like you would not find any cafes near Auroville, but I was wrong. And I also had this juice which my mother ordered, and Auroville was a very tiring day. You guys can check out my full vlog, and we were tired for the whole day. It was like Auroville took up our entire day. And so when we came back, we again had this biryani. It had chicken in it, and it also had egg in it, and I also had this raita. Nowadays I enjoy biryani with my raita. So that was all for this day. We also ended our day with Big Boss because we cannot miss that. So that was all for today, and the next day we are going to go to Eden Beach. So Eden Beach, just like Serenity Beach, has a lot of seafood stall options and not fancy cafes and restaurants, but the options are more here as compared to Serenity Beach. But I was not interested in having seafood early in the morning, so I wanted sandwich, and I had this veg cheese sandwich. Usually I am not a fan of veg sandwiches, but this veg sandwich was so good. I had it with coffee, and this sandwich was just so filling, so good. It was just for 120 rupees, but the size was huge and it kept me full for so long. And yeah, it was a 10 on 10 for me once again, guys. And then we went to White Town because it was our last day. Again, had this Lotus Biscoff and Fantasia ice cream from GMT. Loved it. And then I also tried out this iced latte once again as a nostalgic memory from Baker Street. And then finally we went to Lake Cafe again for our lunch. There I had this baguette, french fries, samosa and cold coffee. Cold coffee here again is second best than that of Baker's Street. This was so good, and this was better than the first one that I have tried. I have learned my lesson. Again, love this coffee, fan of french fries. You guys know I had to try it. This chicken baguette was also so good. The chicken was something different, something new, and I loved it. And it was huge. It was enough for one person, and I actually loved it. And then I just talked about everything and how our Pondicherry trip was, and I enjoyed my sip of coffee. I enjoyed having my french fries. So that was all for our evening lunch. And this right before this, we went to Crafts Bazaar, so we were all very tired, and this was our last day. So that was all. And finally, for our dinner, we went to Mira's Coffee, which is very popular here in Pondicherry. There we had dosa, and because we did not get the time to try out coffee because it's very crowded and I don't know, it was going to close, so we got this really empty. So we had our masala dosa. The masala dosa was so good. It was so filling and 10 on 10 again. And yeah, that was all. I hope you guys enjoyed. That was all about Pondicherry's food. I loved it. If I can go back again, it would not be to visit the places but to have all of these food again. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.